Hello and welcome. This is a Centrex software demo on the contact and deal management technology within the Centrex software system. Let's go ahead and get started. Here at Centrex Software, we are a fintech dedicated ecosystem of products and services. CRM, LOS, servicing, payment processing, digital wallets, mobile apps. There's a lot of technology that you can use in the Centrex ecosystem as a finance organization. One of the cool features that we have here at Centrex Software is our contact and deal management. This allows you guys to manage not just contacts, but also what we call deals or loans or advances on file for those contacts. Let's go ahead and take a look. So here in the Centrex software platform, the very first thing that you have is something called a contact. And then you can associate advances to a contact, or you can associate loans to a contact as well. Okay, but first and foremost, we have a contact. Now, there's multiple ways to get contacts into the Centrex software system. Web form integration, the API, adding a contact manually into the software platform. Okay, there's several different ways that we entertain for you to gather data from different parts of the internet when it comes to your client base. Okay, but essentially in the contacts tab, you're going to have all your contacts. Now, over the course of time, you're going to have several contacts, hundreds of thousands, if not millions. Centrex software clients have tens of millions, and you're going to be able to want to manage that data. And the way we allow you to do that is via list building. Right? So you can click on create new list, and we give you the ability to add all these different types of filters on a list if you wish to do so. Some of those filters being time sensitive filters. Okay, so what we mainly train clients to do normally is when we give you your workflow, which could look like anything, but let's say your workflow looks like this. You've got leads and you've got opportunities, close won, close lost, right? We help you build a list strategy, a data management strategy based on your stages and statuses. So at any point, I can toggle between these lists throughout the day to see any of the data that reside on those lists. So if I have all my hot leads, I can see all my hot leads. If I can see all my leads pending funding or in underwriting, however you decide to build that out in the Centrex software system, that list building feature allows you to do that. Okay, if you're using a time sensitive filter, like I want to see all my contacts created equal to 3 days ago, every single time you come in the software and you look at that list, it's going to run that query and it's going to show you data from 3 days ago. So it'll be different. Okay, and that gets really important when we get to email marketing and text message drip marketing. Okay, but at the end of the day, you have your contacts and you can manage your contacts via lists in the software. When you're on a specific list, you can see data columns on this list and you can customize these data columns. When I build this list, we give you the ability over here on the right to customize those data columns and you can see what data columns are on that list. Okay, so if I come back to that list, here are my data columns. Anytime you see an envelope in the software, you can shoot a quick email, you can attach documents, you can load a nice email template, and you can send this email off to the client. Anytime you see a phone number, you can track a phone call, you can schedule a follow-up phone call, which will end up on your calendar in the Centrex software platform. And then over here on the far right, you have some quick actions like changing the status, edit the contact, add a quick note, add a calendar event, and upload a document. Okay, so a lot of quick things you can do from the list view. Now let's go ahead and jump into a contact. At the contact level, you have a lot of different aspects of the client here, whether it's a consumer borrower or a business borrower. Okay, all these nested tabs, calls, emails, notes, email marketing, any text message communication, documents and electronic signature, events, all your tasks. Okay, this is what we call the contact, and this is contact management. Down here on the bottom left, you can grant them access to a customer portal. You can execute webhooks and send data to a different software system. Okay, a lot of great features here, and this is where you'll manage this contact. Now, for advances and or loans associated to a contact, you can see here I have all my advances on file for this contact, and I can see all my loans on file for this contact. Now in the contacts tab, I can see all my contacts in the software. In the advances tab, I can see all my advances and I can see my pipelines for my advances, and same concept for loans, right? In the loans tab, I can see all my loans and I can see my pipelines for my loans. So this is where I can manage either my contacts, my advances, and or my loans at that tabular level. However, at the contact, we can see the advances and or loans on file for a specific contact. Okay, so if I see this advance, I can come into this particular advance and you can see this advance and all the different types of tabs that we have here for this particular advance on file for Al's Laundry Service. Now, if I come back to the contact, I can do the same thing for loans. I can come in, I can take a look at this loan. Here is all the loan information on file. Maybe there's a few offers. Here's a few offers. I can see the full loan calculator, the amortization schedule, the full amortization chart, right? Any commissions for this loan, and I can manage all the different information on file for this particular loan. Okay, so when it comes to contact and deal management in the Centrex platform, because we're dedicated to the finance industry, it is a contact and an advance, or it's a contact and a loan, or both, for those brokerage firms and finance organizations that offer both products. Okay, so a lot of great features in here as far as managing those loans and managing those advances. If you want to dive into the software platform even more, if you have any more detailed questions about integrations, the API, automation, AI, go ahead and jump over to the CentrexSoftware.com website, click on Request a Demo, fill out that form, and a Centrex Software specialist will be contacting you shortly. This was a Centrex Software demo on the contact and deal management technology in the software.